Hello and welcome to JDStone Creations. I'm not sure why I just opened and closed the door. My name is Johnny. Hang on a minute. That's not a scimitar, that's a mini, you may be thinking. And you're correct. Mission Max Episode 2 is coming though, don't worry. It shows the first job I did on my car in my own workshop, which was fun. In the car. Nope. Ta-da! But if you remember in episode 1, I did say I was going to make videos about my Mini, this panning shot being from 2017 in one of the first attempts. At the time though, I continued to make custom guitars and synthesizer videos for the JDStone Creations channel I introduce in this video. So, fast forward to 2020, before I packed the Mini up to fit my scimitar in my unit, I took one final bash at making Mini videos to introduce on the AutoRenders channel. Right, should we get back to it? And this was my Mini. I've sold it. And, well, I've had it for 11 years, and during that time I was supposed to be making videos, or at least I thought I was supposed to be making videos, about how I wanted to customize it and the adventures that I went on in it, and I didn't do that. I did some videos, sort of showing when I'd disassembled the front end and when I gave it doors that, as you can see, open and close. Quite well, actually, if I don't mind saying so myself. But I never really made any of the sort of cool documentary and build videos of it because, well, I've run out of energy and recently ran out of logical reasons to keep it. So, it's gone. Except, it isn't. It's still here. More on that later, because this video is 10 reasons why Mini is such a good starter classic. Reason number 1. 5.5 million Minis. That's how many were produced. So it's not like the knowledge of these things is scarce. If you need help, it's out there. Reason number 2. Because 5.5 million of them were made, parts are really cheap and readily available, pretty much worldwide. Reason number 3, because that moved. Because 5.5 million were made, pretty much everyone loves Minis, because they're renowned all around the world for being a cute little tiny car, and, well, how can you not love that? Reason number 4. Because 5.5 million were made, and because so many parts are available, and because everyone loves them, as a result of those things, there's a huge Mini scene. It doesn't matter where you go in the world, people know it, and as a result of it being such a characterful little car, everyone loves the Mini, and everyone who has one goes, oh yeah, I know someone who has one, oh yeah, he's modified that, yeah, he's done it that way. Huge scene. Reason number 5. Thanks to the huge scene, and thanks to so many people modifying these things, there isn't really a wrong way to modify one. It doesn't really matter what engine you put in, it doesn't really matter where you put the engine. Front, in the middle, in the boot. It doesn't really matter what you do with the interior. There's always going to be someone that goes, that's mint that. Unfortunately, there is also someone else that's going to go, no. Reason number 6. Minis are basically like Lego, because if something goes wrong, you just take the thing off and you just plug it in, and you can get different door handles, you get different door hinges, and it's all just plug and play, because there's so many different parts available. You just go, oh, I want this bit, I want this bit, I want this bit, and you build your own thing. This is great. Reason number 7. This one doesn't really make sense because of the whole, well, all of the personalizations and then the Lego car thing, meaning no one Mini is the same as the next one unless there's two that would spec exactly the same from the factory and they're both original. I digress. They're cheap to run and cheap to tax and cheap to insure. I suppose that's just because they're small, but you'd think with them being all personalised and all weird, you'd think that they'd all be expensive to insure, but no. Reason number 8. They really are unlike any other classic car, or in fact any other car. The monocoque design and the front wheel drive layout and just how light and small and compact, and I mean even the rivals at the time like the Hillman Imp and other cars, none of them really competed with it. Although the Mini took a while to take off, it was never really surpassed and it was never really replaced. It is the Mini, and it is what it is. Reason number 9. For God's sake. Reason number 9. Where I'm... whose idea was this? Where I'm stood is where the whole revolutionary part actually came from. The classic Mini was essentially the genesis of small cars. The front wheel drive layout, the gearbox oil shared with the engine, although that wasn't really copied by anyone else other than I think Lamborghini did it with the Miura, and there were a few others, but that one didn't catch on. But the whole 4 corners with the wheels right pressed to the ends, and then the monocoque design and the basic layout of just pushing the engine really far forwards and making the cabin space the main part of the car, and then building all of the stuff around it, rather than sort of going, here's a chassis, here's a big engine, I think we can fit some people on it, maybe? It really was ahead of its time. And reason number 10. Because of all of these, well, rather brilliant little things of a very little car, it's one of the best cars to drive in the world. Because of the front wheel drive and the light rear end, and because of the not particularly good weight distribution, but low centre of gravity because there's no weight here and it's all just there, and then the wheels at the corners and everything's just, well, to steal a phrase from basically everyone else who's driven one of these, go-kart like. And that's basically it. The Mini is a legendary little machine, and it is, without a doubt, an excellent starter classic. Join me in the next video. As always, stay creative. I think that's good enough. Fingers crossed.